may still be charged. Now, on BBC One, it's been a busy day.
Hello, we've got it all for you today. 27 matches, 70 goals, penalties, sendings off, stayings on that should have been sendings off, and 6 proper shocks. It's the third round of the FA Cup. Joining me for a feast of football, 2 men with many years of FA Cup experience. Gavin Peacock, who appeared in one final, and Lee Dixon, who went one better and picked up a few winners' medals along the way. But in Mark Hughes, Blackburn Rovers have a manager who has unrivalled FA Cup experience, winning the competition 4 times as a player. Today, Rovers welcomed a beleaguered Coventry City to Ewood Park, down in 17th place in the Championship and only just saved from administration. No doubt who the underdogs were in this one. Mind you, they did win at Old Trafford in the Carling Cup. Martin Fisher saw it for us.
If you're looking for a club from outside the Big Four to win the Cup, how about Blackburn? Semi-finalists last season. Mark Hughes resting Nelson, Warnock and Pedersen today. Santa Cruz injured. A rare start for Masio Ritas. Over 3,000 Coventry fans are here, hoping to see a repeat of that Carling Cup victory when Mifsud got both of the goals. A late-changing goal, in comes Dimitrios Konstantopoulos, who conceded 4 in his last game. Blackburn Rovers have lost their way in recent weeks at home. Lost 4 of the last 5 here. Space, though, for David Bentley. Cleared by Osborne. Burner coming in, and he was caught there by J-Tab. Right under the nose of referee Lee Probert. Opportunity here maybe for David Bentley. Oh, the keeper spilt it! And Ward to his rescue. Well, it looked pretty comfortable, but Konstantopoulos got that all wrong. Good job, his centre-half was on hand to clear. Tab for Coventry. This is Best. Finding Mifsud. Mifsud for Coventry. I think Friedel got a touch there. Will they get a better chance in, Dowie wonders. Lovely backheel. And Mifsud with 13 goals to his name already, testing Friedel. Hamilton. McCarthy has got him behind Coventry. He's onside here, McCarthy. Didn't really trouble the goalkeeper sufficiently there. Straight at him. With his pedigree, you expect him to test him more than that. Mifsud. Came off Burner for the Coventry throw. Hughes beginning to look a little bit anxious the longer it stays at 0-0. Coventry growing in confidence. They do have a reasonable record here on the last 2 visits. Here's Tab. Osborne with the centre. Cleared by Samba. Tab again. Mifsud. It's in! Joy on the Coventry bench. It's a bit of a miss-hit from Mifsud, but they don't care. Well, it looked here as though Blackburn had cleared the danger, but the quick header in by Tab, and it came off Kizanishvili, and it looked horribly off Friedel, and Coventry have the lead. Tab diving in. And it's a foul against Benny McCarthy. Coventry none too pleased with that decision. Blackburn needs something and need it quick. Bentley to take 5 up for this. It's dropping, and Constantopoulos just manages to tip it over. Well, I'm not sure if Bentley meant it, but the keeper was certainly struggling here as he backpedaled furiously and just tips it over. Emerton, Bentley. It's reached Samba up from the back. Off Osborne against the post. Well, how close was that for Christopher Samba? Pushed up to add some height to this attack. It came off Osborne. And Ebola refuses to give it up. And he's won his side another free kick. They're beginning to believe at that end of the ground. In comes the free kick. Cleared as far as Tab to have a go against the bar. How unlucky. Best with the rebound. Surely he was pushed. Penalty given. And is it the red card for the Georgian? No, it's just the yellow. Great strike from Tab. The keeper was beaten all ends up. Best hoping to nod it home. No chance there. Pushed over by Kizanishvili. Ward from the spot. 2-0 Coventry. Friedel has stopped 2 in the last 2 games, but couldn't get a touch on that. Adebola, Best ahead of him. And he's got through Emerton and past 2 more. Adebola! What a goal! Oh, that is icing on the cake, all right. Coventry march through to the next round of the Cup, surely. And how about this for the final word? Dele Adebola, a beauty. Blackburn looked tired. He had the energy to get through and then the power to beat Friedel. They have seen enough. Not many Blackburn fans here, but those that have come are heading for the exits. Patterson. Just no way through. Quayle. Bentley shots. Oh, it's in. Well, it's far too little too late, but it's still a quality strike from Bentley. A real grass cutter, that one. And Constantopoulos had no answer to this, but it won't ruin Coventry's day. Forward by Osborne. Mifsud. Well, he almost got through. Poor clearance by Friedel. And Mifsud might get through this time. Michael Mifsud. Oh, what a strike! It's 4 for Coventry. It's round 4 for Coventry. An emphatic finish. An emphatic victory for Coventry of the Championship. The final whistle, Ian Dowie couldn't have dreamt for a better day. And what a marvellous afternoon out for the Coventry fans.
We didn't ride a luck, you know. You can't really outside, you know, maybe the first half save where Benny McCarthy's strong goal. They haven't really cut us apart, which is really pleasing. But yeah, you don't get too many bad days in that, and and the lads deserve an enormous amount of praise because they are a terrific bunch.
A 2-0, which is, and I tell you, we're trying to get back in the game. We do a number of substitutions, tried to change the shape and really just compounded our problems. And in the end, Coventry fully deserved their victory.
It's a big lift for us to get a Premiership team, and you know, it shows the gap between us. And I think today that it proves that the gap's not as big as we think. So, you know, we'll look forward to the next round.
They did overcome a big gap, Coventry, but Mark Hughes will rue his selection, maybe, a team who were semi-finalists last year in the FA Cup.
Perhaps so. I mean, Blackburn weren't at their best, should we say, but well-played Coventry. And, you know, I look at Ian Dowie, and I think over the last 18 months, he's had a bit of a raw deal at Charlton. I think when he went to Coventry, the picture wasn't painted quite as it is, you know, with the financial situation. And they're not doing well in the league, and of course, I've mentioned the financial situation already, it's not the best. So to go there against a Blackburn side that have raised a few eyebrows this season and perform the way it did was superb.
Maybe Ian Dow in Coventry's luck's changing. It would certainly seem the first goal had an element of fortune.
A bit of luck, yeah, Mifsud. I mean, when the ball comes to him, he's got one eye on the goal. Has a little go. Kisanich-Vili, I think it hits and loops over the goalkeeper. That was after 34 minutes, Gabby, so you just need a little bit of luck. Now, referee Lee Probert, if this isn't a goal-scoring opportunity, yes, he gives a pen. What, Kisanich-Vili again? I think the foul is on Elliott. If that is not a goal-scoring opportunity, what is? He does give the penalty, but I think he was lucky to stay on. And what a great finish from the penalty spot. Now, this is Adebola. Now, we were going to give some stick to the defending here. We were going to say how bad the defending was. When you see the size of Adebola, watch him knock these two out of the way. Get out of my way. And then he finishes brilliantly. So we're going to give all the credit to the forward there because he scares the life out of me. And here's the manager. Did he enjoy this? Not quite sure what he was going to do to his assistant manager. Give him a little leg up. But a brilliant win by Coventry and fully deserved.
And a good cup run won't do them any harm at all.
No, at all. And money in the bank.
Thank you very much. Next up, we're at Goodison Park. Everton are currently 6th in the Premiership. Oldham Athletic are 13th in League One. Should be a walk in the park for David Moyes' men, shouldn't it? Tony Gubber, watch this one.
Everton's team to face Oldham shows 5 changes as manager David Moyes has one eye perhaps on Tuesday's League Cup semi-final at Chelsea. 5-goal Andy Johnson starts for the second game in succession, as does James McFadden, but top scorer Yakubu is a substitute. Oldham goalkeeper Mark Crossley was an FA Cup finalist with Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest. He and striker Lee Hughes passed late fitness tests. Well, Everton are 52 places above Oldham in the Football League structure, but having lost their last game at Goodison Park to Arsenal 4-1, while Oldham have won more points in League One away than they have at home. 21 points compared to only 10 at Boundary Park. Here's the left back for Everton, Leighton Baines. It's a good flick on to find Andy Johnson, who avoids the first challenge, not the second. Cleared, but only as far as Baines. This is Pienaar, bouncing off people. Slides it through to Vaughan with a great chance. And Everton carve out the first opening inside 45 seconds. And the 38-year-old goalkeeper who played 32 FA Cup ties for Nottingham Forest off his line to smother it. And David Moyes' side have made a bright start here. McFadden finds Johnson. Into James Vaughan. Here's McFadden with a chance. Pulled it wide of the post. On the score sheet against Middlesbrough on New Year's Day. Was taken off Johnson's toe by MacDonald. Vessels is backpedaling and he hasn't managed to get the ball. MacDonald heads it back in. That's Craig Davis. Oh, and it was a miscue. A great chance for Oldham. Top scorer this season with 10 goals, Craig Davis. Headed back in by Gary MacDonald and finally cleared by Carsley. Here's Dean Smalley. Gets a shot away on the turn. Vessels called into action yet again. The 19-year-old looking for what would have been his second goal of the season. Just a long throw-in that the Everton defence didn't deal with. Just one or two murmurings of disquiet among the Everton support. Hibbert trying to find Johnson. Oh, he couldn't take it in his stride. Then Pienaar was in. Here's Johnson again. Comes across to McFadden. Left foot. Cleared on the goal line. Finally by Lomax. Combination of him and Ruben Hazel got it away. And James McFadden bursting forward. There's David Moyes beginning to look a little concerned. Here's MacDonald. He wants it back again. Here he is again. Left foot. Oh, he scored! Gary MacDonald in the last seconds of the first half. The player signed from Kilmarnock on a free transfer in the summer of 2006. Has got his second goal of the season, and Oldham will lead Premier League Everton at half-time by 1-0. was a terrific strike. Well, Oldham have never won a major trophy. They were twice FA Cup semi-finalists in the 90s. Lost on each occasion to Manchester United, the eventual winners, and they've stolen it here. Tried to set up a chance here, a long-range shot by Mark Allott, which was never going to threaten Vessels in goal. And John Sheridan, who was a losing FA Cup finalist for Sheffield Wednesday back in 1993, enjoying his afternoon. Here's Pienaar trying to get it into Yakubu and Ichibi. Too many defenders. It was a combination of number 4 Kalala and number 6 Stam that managed to get it clear eventually for Oldham, who are still leading. Here's Andy Johnson to Yakubu. Leighton Baines on the overlap to Johnson. Yakubu! Oh, he didn't get clean contact, and it wasn't a difficult save for Crossley. And Anichebe had a wild swing at it as well. But it's another chance that's gone begging for Everton. Well, they need a goal from somewhere. And can the £11.5 million record signing Yakubu deliver it? They're not going to spend too much time defending here, Everton. Here's Lee Hughes, tees it up for Smalley. And Smalley with the shot which never threatened goal. But are John Sheridan's Oldham going to claim another scalp here? They put Manchester City out in the third round 3 years ago by a scoreline of 1-0. Hibbert. Johnson. Just can't find a way through. Into Lescott, driven across the 6-yard box and defended at the near post. One or two weary players. That's Kevin Lomax getting to his feet. Oldham defender just bowled over. Everton want to get the ball back into play. Lescott will take the throw. It's desperate stuff now for the home side. Oh, and that's gone right across the 6-yard box, and nobody could deliver the final touch. Well, there are some glum faces among the Everton crowd. And are Oldham, 13th in League One, going to put Everton out of the third round of the FA Cup? In the last seconds, McFadden, here's Yakubu! Oh, he's hit the foot of the post! And surely that's that now. And Everton, 6th in the Premier League, will be the biggest scalp on this third round day.
David, a bad day at the office?
Yeah, obviously when you get knocked out of the cup. But no, we had opportunities. We've scored a lot of goals here recently. But today we just couldn't get them in.
So proud of the players. The performance they put in, and they've worked so hard for it. I'm just chuffed for them, to be fair. Got a lot of young players. We had a lot of injuries as well today. People have come in and just performed and worked our socks off, but they got the rewards, and we rode our luck once or twice, but I thought we competed very well against a top team.
What a feeling. Special goal for you.
Unbelievable. Best goal of my career, and to do it at a place like this in such a big game for us is just an unbelievable feeling.
It wasn't a full-strength Everton team by any stretch of imagination. Do you think you paid the price for that today?
Yeah, I think I did, yeah.
And Yakubu went so close at the end, hitting the post?
Yeah, but we had big opportunities prior to that. You know, we had the first minute, we had a chance to score, and you know, sometimes getting that first goal is vitally important against teams in the cup. We'd started the game very well, passed it okay in the early parts and created chances, but didn't stick it in.
Looks very upset with that, David Moyes, doesn't he? One eye on the Carling Cup, perhaps, the semi-final on Tuesday, but a big scalp for Oldham.
Great, and they played ever so well, and they deserved the win. But I still, you know, the side that Everton put out, I still think it was a strong side on paper. And he says he's disappointed and he's paid the price, but there's some big players in there. And I thought overall, you know, Oldham deserved the win. They played better, and they've had some great results this season in the league. The 6 away they've won, not so good at home. But today they showed togetherness, and their manager Sheridan will be very, very pleased with them today.
And in particular, he'll be pleased with Gary McDonald, who's
yeah,
here
great goal. It was a great goal. Came from midfield, and they just got into that little space in front of the back four to get the shot away. Look, 2v2, we pick them up in the middle of the park here. We just freeze the action. No real danger, like Carsley and Gravison. But I think it's Carsley just closes down a little bit too high up the pitch. see the space behind McDonald, he picks the ball up, they can't close him down quick enough, and Vessels, I'm a bit disappointed with that, I think, when he sees that, because it was in the middle of the goal. Great strike, though, let's not take anything away from him. Good celebration as well.
Yakubu's miss was mentioned there. Yakubu and Yobo able to stay on, not join up for the African Nations Cup until next week. But he'll want to make amends in the Carling Cup, won't he, for this?
Well, I mean, David mentioned a few misses. This was late on, and you would fancy him. It's a great knockdown from Fadden. As he comes in, I mean, the goalkeeper comes out with his feet, so it's at the angle. But there, you have to say it's a chance. And, I mean, I wouldn't say, you know, it's a sitter, but it's a chance. And that was to get them back into the game. But I don't think that they played that great. But I think what he'll be disappointed is the players he's brought in didn't really stake a claim. And that's what David Moyes will be disappointed with.
OK, thank you, guys. Another Premiership side against lower league opposition now. Alex McLeish has won the Scottish Cup 7 times in total. But this was his first crack at the FA Cup as his Birmingham City side travelled up to the Galpharm Stadium to take on Huddersfield Town. Alistair Mann was there.
An FA Cup winner with Chelsea in 1997, 36-year-old Frank Sinclair is the veteran of a Huddersfield squad largely reliant on young academy graduates. There are 2 changes for Birmingham, with Derrida and Forsell coming in, the latter with the impressive record of 10 goals in 11 FA Cup starts. First touch for Sinclair, familiar figure. Thumping it in towards the midfield area. Up went Kelly. Here comes Schofield. Roared on by the home supporters. Going straight at Birmingham. Here he is again, he's onside. Mike Taylor can't hold it. And Luke Beckett opens the scoring. 4th minute of the game. And the home supporters already have belief that they can cause an upset. Well, Birmingham are looking for an offside flag that never came. And once the ball had been parried, Beckett had the simple task of popping in the rebound. He scored a goal in the first round and the second. Beckett now has one in the third. Well, he knows that the important thing for his side is promotion, at least a playoff position, but he'll certainly enjoy an FA Cup run if he's presented with it. Kadru looking for the run of Forsell, and he's onside. McSheffrey's coming towards him, O'Connor's there as well. Forsell went for goal and Glennon stayed big and thrust out a right boot. No offside. Probably played on by the man nearest to him, Murphy. Good save by Glennon. Derrida, O'Connor is making his way forward. It's Forsell who's furthest advanced, but he's not going to get it. Mwamba goes straight at the heart of Huddersfield Town. Still Mwamba, great save, but the equaliser from O'Connor. And Birmingham right back in the game again. 15 minutes, that's all they were behind for. It was all too simple in the end once Mwamba had driven his way right through the heart of Huddersfield. And once the parry had been dispatched towards O'Connor, there was only one outcome. 1-1. Looking a little agitated, but his side back in the game. It's a foul on Kamara by Kadru. Kamara spinning away from Kadru, and the hand went up in apology. The yellow card still brandished. Robbie Williams is the orchestrator for the set pieces for Huddersfield. That's terrific delivery! And the header from Brandon saved by Taylor, and the rebound into the side netting. And he goes away in disappointment and with a little blow to the side of his head. He'd headed it down with power, and it was a terrific save really by Taylor. And McSheffrey then put him off for the rebound. Here's Kadru. Kamara coming to make it difficult. Header away by Murphy, won by Mwamba, and hit by O'Connor. And that's a really good save by Glennon, not just to save it initially, but then to get up quickly and pounce on the rebound. Forsell was looking for that rebound, it never arrived, and that is smart goalkeeping. Here's Kadru, now McSheffrey. They're stretched here, Huddersfield. Oh my goodness me, well, McSheffrey I think that's the third or fourth time he's opted to go for goal when there was an option, maybe two options infield, and he's just driven the ball into the side netting. Collins, Schofield, nice ball to Beckett. There are three in the middle if Beckett can pick them out. It's a good ball in, what a chance to win it! It's Brandon! 2-1 Huddersfield, 9 minutes to go! You look for headlines on third round Cup day. It just suddenly opened up. There was suddenly 4 against 4, 3 targets to aim for, and Beckett found Brandon, and Mike Taylor was helpless. They led after 4 minutes. They're ahead again with 9 to go. Here's Kelly. Won the corner. Good header. Over the top though from Jaidi. He met it well, but couldn't get over the top of it as much as he would have liked. And it sailed over the top of Glennon's goal. 30 seconds of added time to go now. One last chance maybe. McSheffrey, good save by Glennon. Sinclair, and Glennon thumps it out for a corner. One last chance for Birmingham. Up towards Ridgewell and caught by Glennon, and the catch is greeted as if it was the winning goal itself. Fans of League One Huddersfield baying for the final whistle, and there it is! They've done it! A shake of the hands from Andy Ritchie to Alec McLeish, and it's finished. Huddersfield Town of League One 2, Premier League Birmingham City 1. When that ball was played over and was going down towards the byline, what was in your mind?
Well, I just got cramps before it, so I didn't think I was going to get it, but I just managed to dig it out, you know, and just, I didn't know it was in the box, just put the ball in, and, you know, Chris has finished it well.
It's, what, 3 months or something since you started a game? I mean, it must be almost written for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad to be playing, and it was just glad to get the win. And, you know, obviously, Birmingham had a good side, you know, and it was just one of those days for us, really.
We deserve, because it just wasn't good. We were 50-50s. We lost a lot of the challenges in areas where we should really be winning them. So again, I've got to give credit to Huddersfield.
Of course, the two players who score not necessarily first-team regulars either.
Well, I wouldn't say they're not first-team regulars. They've just found themselves out the side, as you do sometimes in football. You know, but they've certainly staked a claim, and I've got a tough decision at the end of next weekend.
Fabulous cup tie, and it might interest you to know, I'm sure you do already, Gav, Huddersfield 1 place below Oldham, who we just saw knock out Everton in League One. Something in the water in the middle of League One.
I thought they were super today, and, you know, an honest assessment from Alec McLeish as well on his opposition. I thought that Huddersfield were determined, and Frank Sinclair was immense for them today at the back, because it was rear guard a little bit at times, but they came back at time and time again at Birmingham. And the one thing, if you're Birmingham, if you're the big side, you've got to look at your back four to start with, and they've got to be right, they've got to be at it, they've got to be making challenges. And we look at the first goal, the Beckett goal here, and look at Birmingham's back four, and here they're in a good position, the four of them. I think that's a decent shape. But as Jaidi is approached here, and as he makes the challenge and goes to ground, I think that Ridgewell's got to get across here to try and support, to try and fill that gap. But he doesn't react, and just look where the goal from Beckett is scored from, in that area there. So I think he would have actually covered that area. You could criticise the defence here, but I'm just going to praise Brandon for the finish, because he gets into the POMO position, as we call it, the position of most opportunity. And it's a wonderful finish. You know, the technique on that, it was all about technique. You watched it to the end.
A rude welcome for Alex McLeish to the FA Cup, wasn't it?
It was, and thanks to our defensive coach, he's highlighted the problems he's got. So they didn't defend very well today, and they paid the ultimate price. They're out.
OK, thank you very much. Sheffield United haven't won at Bolton Wanderers in their last 9 attempts. Brian Robson has got a pretty good record in the FA Cup, though maybe their luck was about to change. Ivan Gaskell reports.
Bolton's priorities made crystal clear. They allowed no less than 7 regulars the day off, Nicholas Anelka among them. And Sheffield United duly cashed in. though Luton Shelton failed to profit with this early chance. But 3 minutes before the break, David Carney provided the game's pivotal moment, coolly slotting past keeper Ali Al-Habsi. Before long, the mutterings of the words cup and upset heard emanating from the direction of the press box. Bolton did have their moments, just too few and too late. Paddy Kenny in the Sheffield United goal dealt with the occasional moment of danger. And United's defenders also formed a barrier that Bolton in general, and here Slovakian Lubomir Michalik in particular, just couldn't breach. So, as perhaps they intended to, Bolton left to concentrate on the Premier League, Sheffield United to enjoy the moment.
It was a good performance from the players, delighted with them. They worked hard and passed the ball pretty well today. You know, and we were very solid, and that's good when you come to a Premiership side and you can stay very solid.
Credit to Sheffield United, fourth Premiership side gone though, 4 matches in. All 4 have taken a certain gamble with selection. Are you surprised? You know, does it show respect for the competition? Can you understand the predicament?
I can understand it. I don't agree with it. I think it devalues the FA Cup, and I'm a big believer in it. But you look at Bolton and the players they left out, and survival is the ultimate thing for them. So they've paid the ultimate price, and they've got 2 home games in the next 3, and under Megson they've won 4 home games under his tutelage. So that's what he's looking at, the next 3 games to get the points in the bag, and the FA Cup's gone now. And ultimately, you've got to...
Shame for the fans, though, isn't it?
It is a shame for the fans, shame for us watching, shame for the players who are not playing, because players love playing in it. But just that's the way the game's gone. Don't agree with it.
Thank you. We've got 2 live games for you this weekend, still to come. At 1:50, we're on air for Burnley against Arsenal. Arsene Wenger has a proud reputation in the FA Cup to protect at Turf Moor. Then at 5:45, Newcastle United, who've had just about their worst Christmas on record, travel to Stoke to try and restore some pride. It's going to be make or break, perhaps, in the Potteries for Big Sam. Well, the third round of the FA Cup, sponsored by E.ON, is nothing without some non-league opposition to stir things up. Swansea City are flying high in League One, and today they played host to Havant and Waterlooville of the Blue Square South. Ian Gwyn Hughes was at the Liberty Stadium.
Doris de Vries was caught out in this situation in the game against Horsham in the replay, and very nearly there, punished again. This time it was pressure on him from the back pass, but he dealt with it comfortably in the end as Thomas Butler sets up Pratley. Pratley, the back heel for Butler. Butler to Scotland! Off the crossbar. Swansea City at their best. Here's Leon Britton again. Pratley sold short, but it falls kindly for Britton. Britton might go all the way. It's opening up for Leon Britton. Again, it's off the crossbar. Butler and Robinson. Robinson towards Alan Tate. A free header for the defender. Robinson linking up with Scotland. Back to Robinson. Robinson will tee up Darren Pratley. Pratley's effort. Again, a third time off the crossbar. Incredible. Roberto Martinez just waiting for the free kick before making the change. Up steps Robinson. Oh, what a goal! Absolutely brilliant from Andy Robinson. Orlandi shows too much of the ball. Oh, that was reckless by Pote. And he's off. And, well, there's an almighty free-for-all now. But that was a nasty challenge from Brett Pote. And Alan Tate as well has been sent off. There's an opening for Robinson on the far side. Great vision from Leon Britton. Here's Robinson. Robinson still going. Andy Robinson. Robinson for 2-0. Good save. It might fall for Duffy. It doesn't. Taggart. Seen a lot of the ball since coming on. Tony Taggart. Might fall kindly here for Baptiste. Yes, he's equalised. Rocky Baptiste. 3.5 minutes from time. What was that feeling like when Rocky Baptiste, when that shot ended up in the back of the net?
Oh, it's amazing. It's indescribable. It is indescribable. As I say, you know, you can have anything, but you can't buy them feelings. And it was just an amazing feeling. And I'm just pleased for everyone connected to the football club. You know, the amazing fans behind the goal, which were fantastic again today. The noise level and everyone else, you know, down to the kit man. But everyone who's involved with this football club, I'm pleased for them.
I think we created 21 chances. Our downfall was that we couldn't convert more than one, and in that respect then just a few negative incidents that you don't want to see in a football game, and unfortunately that's something that we had to suffer.
I thought they could have had 2 sent off, because I've seen 2 of their players physically punch our players, and you know, it'll be on video and they can have a look at it, and there was no need for it. Yeah, okay, the referee's done what he's done, he's sent him off, but I thought at least 2 of theirs could have gone as well.
What can they expect when they come down to play at Havant Waterloo?
Yeah, they won't want to come there. They're going to get a tough game when they come there. We're very good at home, so hopefully we'll get a result and that'll be nice.
Rocky Baptiste quite
goal.
mellow about his goal. Fabulous for Havant and Waterlooville, though. Fabulous to get the goal, to get the replay, and perhaps a 4th round place as well.
Well, it is 83 places difference. And don't forget, Gabby, they are playing against a good team, a team that's top of their division and that are full of confidence. So to go there, to score the goal, and the way it was, I mean, that was a Premiership-class goal as well. That's the fairy tale stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Rocky was alluding to the incidents we were talking about. That's going to make it more nasty than normal. Let's have a look at those, though. Clear it up for us.
You need to stick up for yourself and get your tackles in, but unfortunately Brett Pope takes it a little bit too far on Orlandi, and that's a dreadful tackle. Quite rightly, red card straight away, over the top of the ball, and that's a leg breaker. Fortunately, the lad didn't break his leg, but after that, it looks like handbags at first, but I think there was a few punches thrown, and the referee did well, actually, because he stood back. You don't get involved. He stood back and he was having a good look at it, and in the end, he sent Tate off, and perhaps another couple could have gone. So we don't like to see that, but what a great, great result.
Could be a charged atmosphere, though, couldn't it, that replay?
You wouldn't fancy that, would you?
No. OK, Chasetown have had to play 9 games to get to the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Their reward was a home tie against Championship side Cardiff City, the only ever non-English winners of the FA Cup. Steve Wilson went to see if the Staffordshire side could pull off the shock of the day.
135 places separate Chasetown and Cardiff in football's pecking order. Chasetown defender Chris Slater was released by Dave Jones when they were both at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Jones, now Cardiff's manager, leaves Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank on the bench and gives a debut to 17-year-old Aaron Ramsey. Ben Steen here. Dean Perro. Steen continues his run, and he's got him behind Steen. Kyle Perry is in the middle. Oh, and it's an own goal! Chasetown 1, Cardiff City 0. Kevin McNaughton has put the ball in the back of his own net. This is a fairy tale for Chasetown. They lead Cardiff City. It was a great run. He got him behind the defence. Ben Steen, he's looking square. Kyle Perry was there. McNaughton got in front of him and puts it beyond his own goalkeeper. Chasetown 1, Cardiff 0. My goodness me, what does he make of that? Perry rode the challenge. Steen forward. Ben Steen again, really nicely done. McNaughton's got a problem again. He's been excellent for Chasetown, Ben Steen. Little trick in the locker as well. And suddenly McNaughton, who scored the own goal, had a big decision to make, and he made the right one. Charlie Blakemore's Chasetown would have to be promoted 6 times to get into the Championship, which is the division in which Cardiff play. Here's Ramsey. Good ball into McLean. Whittingham and Ramsey are there, and it's an excellent goal. Whittingham curls it beyond Evans, and it's salvation for Cardiff. It's 1-1 in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Ramsey right at the heart of the move, which led to the goal. Clever little jink, and then a nice ball into McLean, and it's an excellent goal from Whittingham. Really good finish. And though he got a hand to it, Evans couldn't keep it out. And it's 1 apiece. Tony Capaldi with the throw. Flick on came from Perry, almost put his own defence under pressure. Perry gets his head on it again. Then it's away by Branch, only to Capaldi.
back into the danger zone, and Ramsey's there, and Cardiff are in front. Aaron Ramsey, the 17-year-old, on his full debut, puts Cardiff in front at Chasetown. Try as they might, Chasetown just couldn't get it away. And Ramsey supplied a neat but fairly straightforward finish. Here's Danny Smith. Running at Louvens, twisting, right, left, still Smith. Free kick, is it? Yes, it is. Capaldi caught him. It's a decent delivery, drops in the danger zone. Oh, and it's hacked away by Oakes. Oakes had to save with his feet. Now, this could have gone anywhere. That's Holland's shot. And it hit McNaughton, and Oakes was just happy to whack it clear. Perry forward. Smith beaten to it. Joe Ledley. Good ball. Oh, and an excellent finish from Parry. Lovely ball from Ledley into Parry, who hit it very early and surprised Evans in the Chasetown goal. And it's 3-1, Cardiff look safe.
It's their day, you know, and I'm not going to take anything away from them whatsoever. It was a difficult place to come to. What was going to lose us the game was attitude, and for credit to them, they got amongst us and made it difficult for ourselves.
We took the lead, and just a shame that we conceded the goal really just on the stroke of half time, because going into half time, if Cardiff had been losing, you know, it would have given them a lot more pressure second half.
The memories are there. Obviously, we're in all the papers again. It's, I mean, for lads at this level, it's unheard of. So, yeah, certainly a lot of memories to take from it.
We've all watched, you know, the FA Cup for years as kids, and to actually now be a part of the history of it is it's very special for all of us, and it's just an absolute dream.
Fabulous for Chasetown, fabulous to have them in the competition at this stage, going out at the same stage as Everton and Blackburn.
Exactly, take great pride in that, and they played really, really well. They held Cardiff for an hour, it was 1-1 when it went to for an hour, and they did a brilliant job. They put everything into it, and they closed down, they give everything, and their support was fantastic. 2,000 there, and look at this is the end of the game, and it looks like they've won 2-1. And they've done a brilliant job, and they've been a credit to the Cup.
Yeah, Charlie Blakemore will be delighted with his lads at the effort. You could say maybe fitness levels came into it a little bit. I mean, I thought the clearance from Oakes was very important as well. I mean, that was
the spirit of football, because Cardiff City have helped them as well to put the game on in Chasetown, haven't they?
Exactly, and they've done everything. I think Ben Steen was probably the pick of the bunch, but all 11 of them.
There was
really
just a glimmer there, wasn't there?
Early
on when they went ahead, we thought there was a real upset there, but not to be.
Thanks, guys. Well, the last game involving a non-league side saw Cambridge United travel to Molineux, where Wolves were waiting. Roger Johnson saw this one.
Championship promotion chasers against blue square Premier opposition, but right from the start, Wolves knew they wouldn't be having it all their own way. And at the other end, Cambridge keeper Danny Potter was performing the sort of heroics his magical namesake might have been proud of. The visitors took the lead just before half-time. Neil Collins may feel unlucky to have been adjudged to have handled just there, but referee Kevin Friend was making it quite clear what he thought he'd seen, although at that moment he didn't have many mates at Molineux. Scott Rendell took advantage, and the 4,000 travelling fans were living the giant-killing dream. Going behind galvanised Wolves, they could have been level within moments but couldn't force an equaliser. Mick McCarthy couldn't understand how Cambridge kept it out either. The home side needed a lift, and it came in the shape of substitute Michael Kitely. The England under-21 international, back after 6 weeks out through injury, fired them level midway through the second half, and cue the siege. Jimmy Quinn was a touchline general who needed a megaphone. Wolves' salvation came at the death, Collins completing his own redemption after that handball, heading them through.
It's given him a penalty when I've seen it, it's nowhere near a penalty. But happens in cup ties, doesn't it? We'd had the real lion's share of the game, the best chances. But what I would say is we made the silly mistake to grant them the chance, which is the thing that gave them the opportunity. He took the penalty really well, but it'll never be a penalty while I'm stood here. Anyway.
And before we got the penalty, we should have scored a couple. You know, we were clean through and perhaps didn't choose the right. It didn't hit the we hit it the right height for the keeper. But it was a great effort from the lads. I'm just disappointed, obviously, we didn't hold out for the draw to get them back to the Abbey.
Another one we thought might go the distance to a big shock.
Yes, indeed, and sometimes it's all about managerial decisions, when to make your substitutions, and it was Michael Kitely, a lad signed from Grays, so not too long ago. He was playing in the non-league, and he was brought on by Mick McCarthy. He made the difference. He scored a goal, and he made a goal. He's a bright player. He's got good ability, good skills. He goes in here, gets across his man for the goal. That's immediate impact there. Brings them back in it. And as I say, it wasn't too long ago that he was non-league. He wins a free kick. A little bit of a soft free kick, I think this is. But nevertheless, he gets up and he puts the ball in to the danger area. And, of course, that's the result. So, you know, just now and again, you've got someone on the bench you think that can produce for you. And as I say, for that lad, not too long ago...
Not so sure Mick McCarthy should be complaining about the penalty after he's seen that Knightley go down a little bit too easy there, but that's beside the point.
OK, let's head to Portman Road now, where Ipswich Town and Portsmouth, two former Cup winners, came head-to-head. The Tractor Boys are enjoying some scintillating home form. Pompey have the joint best away record in the Premiership. Ingredients for an upset? Guy Mowbray was there.
With captain Jason DeVos ruled out, 37-year-old Fabian Wilness is recalled to the Ipswich team today. It's 9 years ago this week that the Dutchman signed for the club, and he was here to see Herman Ryderson come and go. It's a welcome back to Portman Road for Portsmouth's Iceman. Ipswich in total have gone 17 home games unbeaten, and they've won 15 of those. Movember. Johnson. Gavin tries to hold up Johnson's progress. Great run from Glenn Johnson. It's only parried by Alexander, and Alex Bruce has to poke it behind. That's Portsmouth's most threatening piece of play by a long distance, and it was all down to Glenn Johnson. The Red Napper's seen it all in the FA Cup. Best he's done is quarter-finals as a manager 3 times. 2 West Ham, 1 Portsmouth. Right, with a hasty clearance, and Mendes was caught late by Liam Trotter. Don't think there was anything malicious in the challenge, it was the inexperience of youth. It is going to be a yellow card for Liam Trotter. Kelsey explains the decision to him, it's red! Oh! You could see the astonishment etched across the face of Liam Trotter, and Jim Magilton for that matter. Embarrassing, I'm sure the manager of Ipswich just said it was embarrassing. Liam Trotter's big afternoon has turned into a nightmare here. Well, surely that's only a yellow card. Yes, it's a foul. Mendes beats him to it. Presumably it's been deemed as one of those where all the feet are off the floor and he's not in control of the challenge. I don't know about that. Kelsey, less popular in Ipswich at the moment than a Delia Smith cookbook. Gavin. Neat work by the midfielder. Trying to find Cunyago. And it's blasted behind by Dista. It's an Ipswich corner. There will be just time to take it. Might be a chance here. Over the crossbar. Now, who did that come off? Played in by Garvin. It wasn't a great corner. And was it Billy Clark who missed from a yard out? Billy Clark wins it for Ipswich and finds Cunyago. Haynes darts through the gap to shoot, and James deflects it behind. Cracking start to the second half from the Championship side, and from Danny Haynes in particular. Campbell played it straight against Owen Garvin. Now there's one for Nugent to chase, and he's in behind Alex Bruce. David Nugent honours a sub to give Portsmouth the lead. Harry's change has done the job for Pompey. What a record Nugent's got against Ipswich. 5 times he played against them for Preston, his former club. He scored 6 times for them. Now it's 1-1 for Portsmouth. What an important one it could be today. Bouba Diop. In goes Cunyago. Didn't win it for long. Movember. Nugent. Acres of space for Crenshaw left, Utaka right. Delivered for Nugent. Crossbar. David Nugent so close to his and Portsmouth's second. Great effort. Alexander, the keeper, was a spectator. Crenshaw. No offside flag here. Ryderson is up from the back. And to finish it, oh dear me. Dear me, John Utaka's missed a sitter. Well, Ryderson wasn't offside when the ball was played all the way over to him. And look at Utaka here. Oh, he just has to make contact. He really should have signed off for the African Cup of Nations with a goal. Haynes. Not a bad cross for Lee! Superb stop by David James. That's a superb cross, and Alan Lee met it brilliantly. It's just a little too close to David James. Coming to the end of 90 minutes now. 3 more to be added on at least. Johnson made to hurry by Kunyago, made to give it away to Peters. Peters past Movember. Kunyago able to turn, can he fire? No. Gavin. Naylor leaves it for Haynes. Oh, what a save! What a save by David James. Well, Nugent got the goal, but James is just as responsible for seeing them into the 4th round.
The sending off, what are your thoughts?
Thoughts are 19-year-old midfield player. I want him to go and tackle. The ball was there to be won. He was probably a little bit rash. I expected an experienced referee to go and deal with it, and he dealt with it very badly, in my opinion.
I've come on second half. We needed someone to run in behind. I was that person, causing a bit of problems, and this is a bit of lucky ground for me. Every time I've played the year, I've scored, so, hopefully I'll get a chance in the league.
Has he explained it to you since?
He told one of our coaches that at half-time that he was a professional and he was 100% right. So, there you go.
There you go, indeed. We didn't expect Jim Magilton to be particularly happy about that, did we? It's a shame when a referee's decision can affect a game in the way that it did today, when there seem to be very few people who agree with it.
Exactly right, and after 24 minutes, we're not debating the fact that it was a booking. Mendes passes the ball, Liam Trotter comes in, bit rash. Look, here we go. But he's got a challenge for the ball there. His manager would have a go at him if he didn't. Now, Mark Halsey, watch his right hand, puts it in his front pocket, which is a booking, I think, bringing a yellow out. He's obviously had a little tap on his earpiece. He then tells the player to go away, comes back to Trotter, then goes to his back pocket and picks his red card out. And I think he made his mind up about just a booking. Normally, if you're going to send a player off, it's normally straight out with the red and you're off. But I think he was thinking about booking him. Now, whether he's heard something from his 4th official and he's changed his mind, I don't know. Jim Magilton
but he was there
saying...
Why did he need to?
Well, exactly. Jim Magilton saying there, embarrassing, we could see... I mean, it was an embarrassing decision. He is an experienced referee. He is a young lad. He's going for the ball. A booking would have sufficed.
Jim Magilton was implying as well, he tells his player one thing, and now his player's going to turn around to him and say, well,
bad decision, Gabby.
The bigger picture is as well, Gabby, you eradicate challenges like that, it's going to become a non-contact sport. Players just won't go in for challenges. It's ridiculous.
A player who certainly did have a very good day, David James, did as much, said in commentary there, to keep them in the game.
Well, Ipswich are a good side. They're fantastic at home, hadn't been beaten at home, and they kept pushing, even though they were down to 10 men. This is a great strike and a super save. Haynes with the strike, good player Haynes. This is Lee, he pushes it away there, James, from any danger. And Haynes again, that's probably the pick of the bunch. He's so athletic. Look, he doesn't see it till late, and again, it's away from any danger. And that sums it up for Haynes. Probably Ipswich Day, despair. I thought they were hard done by, and of course...
Great cup tie, though. We had a real good go at Ipswich.
It was, because Ipswich, as you say, they just kept going and kept going. Good footballing team.
And good promise for their league as well, of course, the form of the show. OK, Manchester United had a familiar journey to make for their 3rd-round tie. They faced Aston Villa 3 times in the last 5 years in this competition. And the New England manager, Fabio Capello, also decided to make the trip to Villa Park to watch 9 native players on show and perhaps to practice his English on the locals, or at least on John Watson, who was definitely there for us.
Up against Carrick now, Ashley Young, who's taken the ball from him. Giggs couldn't collect. This is Stilian Petrov from 35 yards. Well, he hasn't scored at Villa Park yet, Petrov, but he didn't have a bad try there. Carrick. This is Evra. Ronaldo. Oh, that was a bit difficult. Oh, and Ryan Giggs. Ronaldo hit that with swerve, and Giggs had an opportunity as it came back off the goalkeeper. Rooney. Now this is Ronaldo, and Rooney is belting down the centre to try and get there. Giggs is there also now, and here is Rooney!
What a goal, John, that would have been. That would have been the longest 1-2 in history as well, by the way. Best bit of football of the game, that.
Melberg has given that away. Giggs has got Rooney here. Ronaldo's in the centre. So is Anderson there. Giggs again. Oh, and in comes Ronaldo, and the ball has gone in between him and Baumer. And Manchester United have taken the lead in the 81st minute. And Wilfried Baumer, well, he was standing with Ronaldo. They both arrived there at once, and the ball squirted into the net. And at last we have a goal in this FA Cup tie. Rooney, or Giggs, Anderson, Ronaldo. Carrick again for Manchester United. Carson saves twice.
Yeah, two good saves as well.
Wayne Rooney's up there now on the ball, and he's looking for Ronaldo on this side. Oh, it's come off Gareth Barry, and there's the shot, and there's the second goal, and Wayne Rooney has made the impact that was intended when he came on as substitute. Manchester United are through to the fourth round. They've beaten Aston Villa again, and it's the Ronaldo-Rooney 1-2.
Wayne, congratulations. You seem to enjoy playing at Villa Park.
Yeah, I've scored a few goals here over the years, and again today, so I'm really pleased with that, and pleased we got through to the fourth round, because coming to Villa Park, it's never an easy game, and we're delighted we got the win today.
I love this competition. I've never won it, and actually never remotely near winning it, to be perfectly honest. Even in our great days at Nottingham Forest, we could win the Champions League, or the European Cup as it were, a couple of times. We couldn't get anywhere near than the FA Cup, so it bypasses us for another year.
Good to see Wayne Rooney there. We now know where your hair is.
I'd be happy with half that chest hair on my head, I tell you.
And no surprise that the game finally came to life when a certain Mr Rooney came on the pitch.
It wasn't the best up until about the 70th minute, and then the cheers went up from United fans as he came on, and immediately made an impact. Here we pick him up, just ghosts into his own half, nicks in, great ball to Ronaldo. Now watch him come into your screen now. He made maybe 50-yard run to get on the end of this. Should have perhaps scored, but shows his energy. I know he'd just come on, but great bit of skill here. Just picks the little passes out, tries to get in the box, ball breaks to Giggs, and what a ball this is. On the end, there's that man, Ronaldo. Boomer could have done better.
And Rooney's goal is almost a replica. That's a great ball from Rooney again out to Ronaldo. And again, he makes up the ground so quickly, Gabby, as he comes in. And that's a difficult finish. He hits that really well.
So easy.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps the height off it. And he is just the spark and the catalyst. You can't keep him down.
Because it really wasn't a great game, was it? Until
no, it won't. And they'll still keep getting knocked out if they keep getting Man United in every round.
OK, 5 more matches involving Premiership opposition for you now, starting with Middlesbrough's trip to Bristol City. Simon Brotherton was there.
McAllister's kick. Oh, and it could be a chance, and it's in! Bristol City have the lead, and it's Liam Fontaine who scored the goal. Fabio rocking back towards Hutchinson. Balls for Stuart Downing. Might decide to go it alone this time, and he does! Oh, and he scores! It's the first time Middlesbrough have threatened the goal of Basso, and it goes right through the goalkeeper. Johnson away to the far side. Shawunmi and Trundle now, the two substitutes, waiting for their first touches in the centre. Oh, and it's saved by Swartz, he's spilt it! Half away, breaks loose, Elliott, oh, and it's just wide. So close to taking the lead for the second time this afternoon. David Wheater. Young. Good running by Catamol. Great position. Lovely ball into the centre, and Middlesbrough lead. David Wheater is there again for his third goal of the season. Bristol City have really got to throw everything at Middlesbrough now as we head in towards the last 10 minutes of the game. Oh, and that was a chance there for Shawunmi. Now it's back out with Tunchai. Looks for an opening. Oh, and he very nearly found one.
We got the break at the right time with our equaliser, and then second half I thought we controlled the game very well, so we had to defend well. You know, they ask a lot of questions of you, but really pleased with the win.
We are doing well, and we have got to pat ourselves on the back for being where we are, and we mustn't let this result mess up our season, and I'm sure it won't. Well, I won't allow it.
Nice to not be in the sort of headlines that you know some people will have been waiting for.
Well, I'm assuming we'll be a lot later on your programme than we would have been if we'd lost.
Goalkeepers of a nervous disposition might be wise to look away now. Yes, after their 10-goal encounter, the Spurs-Reading rematch promised goals, though Spurs striker Robbie Keane might be the one wishing to avert his gaze first. But the deadlock wasn't likely to hold for long, and sure enough, midway through the first half, Paul Robinson found himself bizarrely helpless to prevent Stephen Hunt's free kick crossing the line. Maybe a different angle will confirm the goal. Maybe not. The Reading team was unrecognisable from the one beaten 6-4 at White Hart Lane last week. Literally, no less than 8 changes, and their resistance was broken soon after. Dimitar Berbatov adding a few more pence to his value, a decisive finish past Adam Federici. Spurs fielded a strong-looking team, and they took the game to Reading after the break. Liam Rossigna forced into desperate measures to halt Robbie Keane in full flow. Berbatov gratefully took his chance from the spot, his 6th goal against Reading in just 7 days. It might have been 7. Instead, with the goal at his mercy, the usually flawless Bulgarian contrived to tread on the ball. And he's not the type of man to take that kind of thing lying down. Nor are Reading. And though they openly admit the FA Cup isn't high on their to-do list, they weren't prepared to give up the game. Late on, they earned their reward. Lita's shot squirming away from Robinson, Hunt on hand to tidy up. Things got a little heated after that. Spurs reduced to 10 men, following Tom Huddleston's indiscretion. Right in front of the officials too. Only one outcome. So just 2-2 this time, and just in case they haven't seen enough of one another, they've got to do it all again.
The new money was in town for QPR as they took on London's resident billionaire at Stamford Bridge, and there was a huge slice of fortune about the goal that eventually saw the holders through. Claudio Pizarro's shot from the edge of the box wasn't going in, but after a touch of pinball off the back of Lee Camp's head, it dribbled over the line. Chelsea came close to a far more impressive second. A lightning-quick break eventually saw the ball find Steve Sidwell, whose effort cracked the same post. This time, Camp kept his head well out of the way. QPR's best chance fell to their captain Martin Rowlands in the second half. His left-footed volley was struck perfectly, but sadly his radar was slightly off. And the game also saw the return of Didier Drogba for the first time in a month. The striker was given 30 minutes to show Chelsea fans what they'll be missing when he leaves for the African Cup of Nations.
These two clubs may have a bigger Premier League survival picture on their minds, but a little cup run would surely do no harm. And despite a much-changed lineup, Wigan took the first step at the Stadium of Light, Paul Scharner heading them into a first-half lead. The respective managers have a full appreciation of this competition's value, but it was Steve Bruce who emerged with FA Cup managerial CV enhanced, helped largely by Paul McShane's unfortunate own goal. Roy Keane lifted the cup 4 times as a player. He'll have to wait a little longer to open his managerial account. Dave Cottrell's nicely struck goal made certain of that.
Sven-Göran Eriksson's seen lots of FA Cup games, but this was the first he'd been involved in. Most of Manchester City's attacking threat in this All-Premier League tie came from Martin Petrov, and he felt he should have had a penalty before half-time. Referee Rob Stiles was well placed, and the Hampshire official saw it differently. Petrov provided most of City's ammunition. On this occasion, Stephen Ireland found Rob Green in fine fettle. It's been 8 years since West Ham failed to get past the third round, and they felt they had the better of the chances. But they'll now face City twice in a matter of days in a Cup replay and Premier League double-header. On the occasions they did get the ball into the danger zone, Joe Hart denied them, as Dean Ashton found out late on. City's manager left rueing the spot kick, but wasn't.
Yeah, I think I saw it in the dressing room here afterwards, and yeah, I think it's a penalty, yes, of course.
And I believe you agree with him, of course.
Just a little bit, yeah. He's done very well, Anton Ferdinand, to get away with this one. Petrov, who's been outstanding over the last few weeks for City, gets in the box where you don't want to be, the defender, and how he's not Rob Stiles not give that. Watch, tries to pull his leg away, but he's already made the tackle. That, for me, and not biased because I'm a Man City fan, is an absolute stonewall penalty. Please tell me it was. There you go.
And Paul Robinson, not his day, was it?
Poor old Paul Robinson. I mean, when things are going against you, they really are. I mean, I think he loses his bearings as the ball comes in from Hunt on this free kick, and he loses his bearings and he catches it instead of punching it or tipping it over. From there, I thought it was definitely over. When I see it from this angle, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's conclusive that actually goes over. I mean, the linesman must have called it from that side, but I think it
doesn't matter what we think, though, does it?
That's a goal.
And Gareth Southgate, relief, obviously, to get through what could have been quite an icky tie for him. We suspected it could have been one of the shocks of the day, as he rightly saw through our ruse. And he would have been higher at the running order.
A little bit higher if they'd have lost, that's for sure. But, yeah, he's done well. And Arsene Wenger rates him as a manager. I've heard him talking privately about him, an up-and-coming English manager.
Good stuff. OK. Some more minor upsets for you now. We've already seen one Ferguson triumph today. How did the other one get on? We'll start with Peterborough's trip to Colchester.
Apparently Colchester have worked hard on defending set pieces this season, but after only 4 minutes at Layer Road it was clear more practice is required, as Aaron McLean headed in his 20th of the season for Peterborough. Well, Darren Ferguson's side felt hard done by when what they thought was a Kevin Lisby handball was called as a penalty. Once the complaints died down, steady Teddy Sheringham made no mistake from 12 yards. But that was as good as it got for Colchester. Just 26 seconds into the second half, they were caught snoozing at the back again, and George Boyd lashed home a perfectly struck volley to put Peterborough back in front. And a thoroughly deserved win was assured when Charlie Lee got in on the act to make sure that Colchester lost to a League Two side for the second season running.
I felt from start to finish we dominated the game. I thought we obviously started both halves very well, scored an early goal, and then straight after half-time we scored another early goal, so I think that was a catalyst for a good victory, but we thoroughly deserved it.
Mansfield went to Brighton without an away win in League Two, next to bottom and with 5 straight defeats on the road. Surprise all round at Withdean then when Matthew Hamshaw put them ahead just 10 minutes in. Michel Kuipers was furious with his defenders. In fact, you could say he was hopping mad. Albion responded quickly, Alex Revel finding space in the Stags' defence to head Brighton level midway through the first half. But Mansfield refused to buckle, and Ian Holmes grabbed the crucial goal just before the break. The lowest ranked league club left in the competition safely through.
Right under Delia's nose, League Two strugglers Bury stepped up to the plate at Norwich and took the lead midway through the second course, or half as we say in football. Andy Bishop might have wondered if he had scored the winner. He was wrong as it turned out. Gary Doherty will surely be offered a nice seat by the window to celebrate his equaliser to keep Norwich in the Cup.
All the goals came in a mad 13 minutes in the second half at Prenton Park. After a few miscued efforts and half-hearted clearances, Ben Smith decided enough was enough for Hereford. Not quite Ronnie Radford, but not bad. Stephen Jennings' equaliser for Tranmere wasn't so emphatic at the other end, but there was no need for goal line technology to prove this one crossed. Within 60 seconds, Hereford were at it again though. This time Trevor Benjamin was played in down the left and a cultured left boot made it 2-1. But Tranmere weren't finished, and while everyone else decided to watch Paul McLaren's cross, Gareth Taylor nodded it home to ensure these two will have to do it all over again.
Paul Sturrock may have left the manager's chair at Swindon, but son Blair continues to play an important role at the county ground. Barnet were unable to clear their lines, allowing Sturrock Jr. to bundle the Robins ahead. But Barnet battled, and they earned a replay 5 minutes from the end. Adam Birchall coming off the bench to crack in that splendid equaliser.
Relive some great goals in a moment, but first of all, another great Ferguson win. I'm sure Darren would like to get his dad in the next round.
Well, he's done well there. I remember when he first came in there, he was bringing in players from the non-leagues, had a bit of money to spend. He's 5th in League Two at the moment, and he's doing really well. He's got
an
a bright
easy place
future.
to go either, Colchester, and get a win.
No, he's got a bright future.
Let's relive a couple of great goals. First of all, Ben Smith from Hereford.
This is a great strike. When it eventually comes to him, all about technique. I mean, that is top class, that. I mean, doesn't swipe at it, just lets it come right down. Super.
This is a good goal.
Adam
I don't know if
Birchall.
he's wind assisted, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, but...
You cynical defender,
I'm only
you.
joking. Came off the bench and top corner, brilliant.
Good stuff. Good to celebrate them. We've seen 19 matches, only 8 more to go. We'll start with the best of the rest, a goal fest. Southend United welcomed Dagenham and Redbridge to Roots Hall. After 90 minutes, there were more cup goals there than at any other ground in the country.
Fans at Roots Hall were in place for something of a goal fest, 7 in total. It was Dean Morgan who played in Charlie McDonald to kick things off from a seemingly ludicrous angle. The League Two strugglers hit back with the deftest of volleys from John Nurse, under some serious pressure as well. Not a bad way to score your first for the club. And they weren't done there. An upset looked on the cards when the ball fell to Ben Strevens. He slammed home and then disappeared into a sea of supporters. Cue the Southend comeback. 4 goals in the last half hour. Dean Morgan and Matt Harrold combined for Morgan to turn on the power. And then with 15 players in the 6-yard box, Simon Francis's effort somehow made it through the leg forest and put Southend ahead again. In the dying minutes, Dagenham's goalkeeper Tony Roberts was dismissed for an off-the-ball incident, and the 10 men conceded a 4th. This time Nick Bailey the scorer, eventually. And 4-2 became 5-2 when Dean Morgan grabbed his 2nd of the game and completed the scoring.
Watford and Crystal Palace may have eyes on elevation to the Premier League, but only one of them will be gazing with any interest at the Velvet Bag come Monday lunchtime. And thanks to Dan Shittu, it's Watford. Someone once said you'll win nothing with kits. Neil Warnock tried and failed here. Another corner, finished by Shittu again, made sure of that today.
Both these championship sides left out their top scorers at the Valley, and stalemate ensued. Zheng Ji did well to put Charlton ahead after Darren Ambrose had teed him up 2 minutes in. But Ishmael Miller is proving a handful for championship defences this season, and he scored the equaliser just after the hour to force the replay, which neither manager wanted.
Plymouth's progression into round 4 was largely down to the work of Hungarian Peter Halmosi. His free kick found Najim Abdu and the Frenchman made it 1-0. 3 minutes later, Halmosi was at it again. Not exactly a pile driver, but at least it was all his own work. Now, if you're approaching 40, take heart from a bit of class from 38-year-old Dean Windass. Nick Barmby's touch released the veteran striker, who got Hull back in the game. But soon after Halmosi was at it again, no one wanted to clear the ball, so the Hungarian set up Sylvain Ebanks-Blake to make it 3-1. But back came a full-of-beans Windass. He curled in a free kick from 25 yards, a contender for goal of the day, but sadly for him and Hull, it was all to no avail.
In Gary Taylor-Fletcher, Blackpool have one of football's bigger names. He played a supporting role as Blackpool took the lead a little over half an hour into their tie at Barnsley. David Fox applied the finishing touch. For a long time, that looked like it might be enough for the Seasiders, until Barnsley summoned up the energy to turn the tide back in their favour in the last quarter of an hour. The word cheeky could have been invented to describe Stephen Foster's back heel to level it. Just a few minutes later, Michael Coulson found the net in a more conventional fashion to seal Barnsley's place in round 4.
A lot's changed at Southampton since they reached the final in 2003, but the St Mary's faithful savoured this win against a struggling Leicester side. Hometown star Andrew Sermon opened the scoring. And George Burley's side confirmed their place in Monday's fourth-round draw when Gregory Vignal's 36th minute long-range free kick whipped past everyone to make it 2-0.
Scunthorpe may have done the double over Preston in the league, but the Championship's bottom club enjoyed a little revenge at Deepdale. It was Simon Whaley who finished off a smart move to make sure Preston are in the last 32.
Hard to believe it's just 3.5 years since Millwall made it all the way to the Cup final. Here, Jay Simpson was denied a lesser moment of glory at Walsall by Clayton Ince. Meanwhile, Reece Weston's volley may not have troubled the Millwall keeper, but it wasn't much fun for the fans behind the goal. The stalemate left unbroken.
Roger Johnson, Ivan Gaskell and Dan Walker rounding up for you there. And if you're a Walsall or a Millwall fan, somebody had to be last. Nothing personal, OK? Dean Windass, let's celebrate age, experience, maturity and a great free kick.
He's played a few FA Cup ties in his time and he's scored a few goals. I forget how many clubs he's had, but wherever he goes, he always scores goals. And what a goal that is.
Oh, it was a terrific goal. You know what? He's playing Vets football, you know. I think at the end of the season he plays Vets five-a-side football. And he's still going strong. And why he's going strong, he's got great enthusiasm. Still banging in goals.
Loves scoring goals.
The fine line, isn't it? That faint line between being a hero and going home with your head very firmly in your knees and feeling that you didn't have the greatest day in the office. And a couple of people who perhaps will feel like that tonight.
They can pick their best one at home, which is the best miss of the day. This is John Utaka, and luckily it didn't matter because they won anyway, but wow! I'd have been really proud of that one. He does everything right. There's the ball, and he just takes his eye off it last minute. But
doesn't want to do that going to the African Cup of Nations as well. And I mean, this is a player that I rate very highly. He's had a good season. Robbie Keane, one of those, just I think opens out too much. Berbatov had a great game, and Robbie there I think relaxes too much on the finish.
And if they've both waited up to see, they'll be delighted that we've highlighted that.
They'll be on again tomorrow morning as well.
Thanks for that. I suppose your performance of the day is what I need to know now, Gav.
Well, I'm looking at a couple of good performances at Coventry, of course. I think Oldham as well, going to Everton, because Everton are a side having a terrific season as well.
And we always like things that surprise us, because none of us picked those out, really, did we, as potential shots?
No.
We've had a good few surprises today, which are, you know, quite amazing.
I think you've got to go for the non-league boys. Having a Waterloo, to go to Swansea 1-0 down and equalise and get a replay, I think that's just a brilliant thing for them, and they've got another day out.
A highly charged replay as well, by the sound of it.
2 tackles.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Enjoyed your company very much today. Don't forget, if you've missed any of the third round action so far, all the goals are available at the touch of the red button. And if your team is still in the competition, and even if they're not, but you're interested to see who Havant and Waterlooville pull out of the hat, the fourth round draw is on Monday at 1:30 on BBC Two. So, Havant and Waterlooville keep the non-league flag flying. 4 Premier League sides succumb to lower league opposition, and the New England manager watched Wayne Rooney score. It's just how the third round of the FA Cup should be. From all of us, bye-bye.